Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will. I'm joined by my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
Some say we never left, Will.
All right, so I'm just going to ignore you and that and everything because same joke over and over and over again. What are you talking about? All right, so we've got things to talk about this week. We've got some samples that you solicited, I guess, or someone sent to you. No idea what they are.
Okay.
Don't know if they're labeled.
But I'm supposed to know what they are, even though you ended up with them.
Well, they came to the mailbox. I told you we had them.
Oh, they came to the mailbox.
Yeah, and you said you knew what they were.
For some weird reason, I thought you said that they came to you.
I did not ever say that. I said they came to the mailbox, and you said you know what they are. They're like in black trash bags. So if you send us black trash... Oh, they're labeled. Okay.
Okay, good.
We can drink them then.
Wait, I would drink them if they weren't labeled.
No, I'm saying it kind of takes the fun out of not knowing what we're drinking.
Oh.
But do you know who sent these? One is a rare character, 7 year, 4 months from Bev King. This is a rare character, Ruby, 6 year, 1 month. And let's see what this. So those are oneers.
Those are oneers?
Yeah, 1 ounce samples.
Oh.
And this is a twofer. This is a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye from Liquor Junction.
Barrel proof rye?
Yeah. So who sent you a barrel
proof rye?
Whoa,
hang on. Somebody was going to send me the ryes to see. We're going to have to get one of our ryes.
Well, do you know who sent this?
I'm thinking about it.
I love putting you on the spot.
I'm thinking about
I
it.
did that on purpose.
I'm going to, when I taste the whiskey, I'll know.
No, you won't.
I'll
Thank
try.
you, kind friend. My energy level may crash very quickly, so I don't know how long this episode's going to be because I just got over pneumonia.
You did.
So it's my first day back at work, and I'm pretty spent already. So we'll see how this goes.
Were you able to have any beers? Oh, someone's at the front door.
Yeah,
we'll leave that in. Why not? Crap. What were you just saying?
I just said I just got over pneumonia. Oh, you were saying?
Yeah. The were you able to have any beer on game day?
I didn't drink any beer on game day.
No whiskey.
I drank on Sunday night, I think. Was it last night? Maybe it was Saturday night. I think I had an old fashioned. Finally. I'm
surprised you didn't do the
first drink I'd had in
honey and
2 weeks since we taped the last show. Those are the first thing.
Well, yeah, dude, I've barely seen you.
I know, it was almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And that was even I didn't have anything to drink after that show because I was already starting to feel cruddy. And so I survived, but no, I didn't even make hot toddies.
Pneumonia's
it's how crappy I felt.
Not contagious.
What?
Pneumonia's not contagious.
Apparently it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Or what made you have pneumonia was contagious?
No, the doctor said pneumonia is contagious, but it's not like COVID that's aerosol. It's more like actual droplets. So if I...
French kiss kids?
No.
No, I mean kids.
No. You're a freak. You're a sick freak.
Okay, so when you share a Hardee's biscuit.
Yeah, you shouldn't probably drinking after someone or if I coughed and actual saliva somehow got you had your mouth open.
Spit bubble.
And the doctor's it's technically more contagious as a sickness than people realize. He's but it's also not likely, especially if you just don't get up in people's faces. So it was kind of a split decision on what he was telling me. I'm so what can I do, sir?
Right. What are my limits?
Yeah.
That's what I ask the doctor
when I
every
get
day.
home and I talk to the
tell
wife,
me what I can't do.
What base we talking?
Right. Yeah. Are we everything's off the table, or are we do I get to select some?
Right. How bad do I feel?
Right.
You tell me, sir.
That's what I asked my wife. I'm you tell me how bad to feel right now.
Yeah.
Golly, she hates it when I get sick.
It's a 10.
Dude, she hates it when I get sick.
Why
Does Samantha hate it?
Yes.
Like what? Like, yes, we're children.
They're so mad. I'm not a child. I actually like do pretty fine. I normally just like retreat and just like let it be. But it's like they're so resentful.
Yeah, because I
chose this.
Are you ready for why my wife is resentful?
Well, I can't only
because when she's sick, she doesn't get to take off. When we're sick, we're like, yeah, we're gonna have to shut this down.
Yeah. And my wife kind of takes off when she's sick. She kind of does the same thing I do.
She just, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, but I'm not mad at her. I do everything she needs.
I know.
Tell the kids to stay away. Not me. You know how many times I got a cannonball to my face from Henry?
What's the worst thing that you have done? Or not the worst thing. Like, what's something that you've done for your wife that she was like, she hates doing, that you're just like, man, I'm going to fall on this sword right now?
I don't know.
Mine's laundry.
See, that type of stuff doesn't really bother me.
Just laundry in general, or
like
or doing laundry,
like doing stuff like that doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, make the bed. I made the bed this morning.
We do not make our bed.
Right? Why would you
ever?
What? Right?
If we did, it would be unmade by our son that quickly.
Got it. So like it's not. So it's a lost cause.
There's not a point to it at this point. So it gets made once a week.
My wife literally can't have the capacity to complete her day if her bed's not made.
Yeah, that's a thing that I do not have.
Like for some weird reason, like she could be getting pulled over by a cop and she's sitting there being like, "I didn't make my bed this morning." When I go home, my room is going to look like a disaster. That's where she's at. But anyway, dude, have you done a bed pour recently?
I haven't done pours recently. Well, because I've been sick.
Before that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done it in forever.
That's on you.
I need to put so I've got this little thing right here, like this little Jack Daniel's single malt Oloroso cherry cask, the international.
Cherry, not cherry.
What did I say? Cherry?
Cherry.
Yeah. Well,
Oloroso cherry. It's different.
It is.
It's different.
It does. But I feel like a bottle this size just in my little bedside table.
Yeah.
I'm almost at a bed pour though. The Eagle Rare.
Are you just gonna sip it from the bottle? Or
it's smaller, so I feel like it's acceptable.
I don't know. That makes it feel like you're a hobo.
Well, no,
you got my little pint.
Okay, so you're saying a full bottle is like more respectable?
Well, you just don't drink out of the bottle. Just have a little glassware. I mean, you're a human with a home. Like you can.
Well, I was thinking about that, but then I was also like, dude, if I have a bed pour and let's just say it's a nightly ounce and a half, a little nightcap. How many dishes are you how many glasses are you gonna mess up? I don't want to reuse a glass that has whiskey in it. It gets a little bitty brown spot in the bottom.
On what timeline?
Mine.
No, I'm saying like how many glasses are you gonna use? 1 per day.
Right.
You're not using 5 a day.
That's 30. That's a whole load of dishes a month.
You're not saving them up. In the morning, take it down to the sink with you.
I know. I'm just saying like over time.
Well, right. But that math can be applied to anything.
I know. Unless,
it's like, how many plates are you going to use? Dadgummit, you got a family of 5.
Well, that's expected. You can't not eat. Okay. I can choose not to have whiskey in bed. However,
right. But
if I just have this bottle and dude, it's so much better to be like, yeah, I take a little nip before I go to bed.
I don't know. That makes it seem more problematic to me.
Seriously?
If there's some ritual to it in a glass, something, I don't know, maybe even get you some of them little paper cups that you use to like when you're brushing your teeth.
That's not an awful idea.
I know. It's still
you just have
borderline problematic, but at least it's in a container other than just taking a swig before I go to bed.
Well, in that container,
it's like you have a cough syrup problem. It's like I just take a swig out the NyQuil before I go night.
Yeah,
it's like, do you have any symptoms? No. Awake. What's your symptom? I'm awake and I need to not be.
Okay, so you're putting me in the classification of it's 9 a.m. I come in and I get a pint of Jack and I leave and I go to McDonald's and get a big old Coke and then just pour it in there. I'm in that same classification.
Yeah, it's trending that way.
Is it a gray area?
If you're nightstand swigging, like you still savor the bed for. It's not just a couple swigs.
Okay, but those cups that you were talking about, like you better shoot it quick.
Because
it's going to turn. Like, have you ever had a McDonald's Coke in one of those cardboard things?
It takes a minute. It's not immediately.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying sit with it for 4 hours. How long are you in bed before nighttime? Before night?
A couple hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all go to bed and watch TV in your room?
Yeah. Like, little talk, little surfing on your phone, little New Girl. We're into New Girl again. We're just watching it all the way. You know, like we'll be like, something we've already seen before that we can kind of sort of.
We used to have a TV in our room in our old house. And when we moved, we put that TV in the upstairs playroom.
Yeah.
And didn't replace it and have never replaced it. And we've been fine without it. And we're kind of in that stage where like, you know what? It's kind of nice not having it in there. We just watch TV out in the living room. And then when we go to our room, there's not that distraction
until you have pneumonia. How miserable is that?
I had an iPad.
Oh, okay.
It's not like honey was snuggling up to watch true crime. We watch a lot of true crime.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Like
you're super into true crime podcasts.
We're into murder. Kind of into murder.
Dude, my wife is completely into murder.
Murder's great.
And it's got to be real.
It's great.
I'm like, why can't you watch fake murder?
It's like at least not as good. You like to look the devil in the eyes every once in a while.
That's how I feel about Jack Daniels number 7.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you got to dance with it.
Be like, oh man, it's game day. Oh God. Okay. You know what? I love it. Let's go.
Oh man. So all right, we're gonna drink some of these, but I have a news item. You want to pour these up? Well,
yeah.
Let's just do a little swig of these. This is another. File this in a product no one asked for.
Okay.
This kind of plays off the trend we've seen out of Buffalo Trace recently with really expensive things. George Dickel is launching a new product. It's just announced today.
Yay. Yay, Dad.
So George Dickel launches, that's Robin Hood.
Yeah.
The little turtle with the pin.
Dad.
Yay, Dad.
Okay.
And during the archery tournament.
Yeah.
Great scene.
That is a great
Actually,
scene.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Jeez, we went way back.
I know. Well, I made the kids watch it.
The fact that you knew what I was doing.
I know every line from that movie.
It's so good.
It's so good. George Dickel launches 18-year-old bourbon. So it's listed as a bourbon.
Oh.
So kind of like how they have the 8-year bourbon.
Yeah.
Which is great. $35. Actually, great value. Tastes great. Versatile. You can mix it, sip it neat. Doesn't have as much minerality.
What are you about to tell me? How much is 10 years add to that? So
this is 10 years added. It's to give people an approachable and balanced bourbon that has high quality and complex in flavor.
They're giving it to us, really? Thanks.
Oh, no. Sorry. That's when they created George Dickel bourbon.
Oh, okay.
I love the idea of building upon the craftsmanship of our mature whiskey and create something with the same traditional feel, but also more premium. So it's 18 years. It's rare, beautifully aged whiskey. It comes from the single-story brick houses at Cascade Hollow. It is 90 proof. It's the standard Dickel mash bill of 84% corn, 8% rye, 8% malted barley. And it comes in a 750 milliliter bottle for $500.
Praise the Lord.
For $510.
510. Okay.
No. Stop it, everyone. You remember when we mocked Whistle Pig for the
$500
when they set $500 as the, what are those even called anymore?
Yeah, the Black Prince
Boss
and
Hogs.
the
Boss Hog series. It's like we mocked
isn't that
it.
hilarious that we don't even like really recall that because it just doesn't matter.
All right, and part of that problem is they kind of killed the brand by doing that.
It definitely
severely hurt.
Whistle Pig was on the rise big time with those barrel picks.
Yeah.
Like they were doing well.
Ooh,
like our
first
really ever podcast pick was a Whistle Pig
one of my favorite
barrel
picks we've
proof
ever
rise.
done. Yeah.
It was Well, I don't know what the age ended up
11
being.
years?
It was 11 years. So one more year older. Barrel proof. I can't remember what the proof was.
It was like 119 maybe or 111. Like it wasn't too aggressive.
A banger. Still to this day, one of your favorite ryes.
Oh, yeah. Solid.
If not your favorite rye we've picked.
Yeah. Shark repellent may edge it out. But.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Um,
But yeah, so for 10 more years, you're looking at adding like $500 or $480.
Yeah, and think back to the Dickel 17,
Yeah.
which wasn't fantastic. It was a $375, but it was $75.
Right. Yeah. So
and that was 17 years old. And so, yeah, $150 like full bottle.
Wait, was the 17 year wasn't bourbon though? That was
It was their Tennessee whiskey. But honestly, at this point, it's the same mash bill. They've just started calling it bourbon again instead of Tennessee whiskey. Which they do have Tennessee whiskey, but it's their same mash bill. It's the same whiskey. They're not making anything different there.
Why does their bourbon 8-year bourbon work?
Like how does no, so my theory has long been that a lot of the minerality and stuff was a lot of previous stock, a lot of stuff that was already there before they've had some they had a really innovative lady that was there. I'm not sure if she's still there. Oh yeah, Nicole Austin. Yeah, she's still the director at George Dickel in luxury whiskey. It says, but I think she did a lot of things to really revitalize the way it tastes, whether it be scientifically, the way it's coming off the still, or the way, whatever it is. I think there's still minerality there. You can still taste in the 8-year bourbon if you're really looking for it. And some of it pops more than others, but I do think that she has done a really good job of toning that down and really balancing out the flavor of it. But that's the thing is there's really not a difference between the what the product is other than aging and stuff like that. And all their rick houses are single story. So there's different elevation changes based where they are in Cascade Hollow, but it's not necessarily as drastic as like Jack Daniel's up on a hill 10 stories up versus down in a valley on the bottom floor. Like there are severe elevation changes in those that you're not getting at Cascade Hollow. So on the whole, when you're looking at their portfolio, a lot of it has to do with age and proof. A lot of it's the same whiskey. So I think the 8-year stuff, though, why it is tending to be a little bit better, I think more water is a friend of George Dickel, a little bit more diluted because it's cutting through some of that minerality. But then I also think Nicole Austin has done a really good job of maybe balancing out, softening some of those notes that some people were turned off by. Still present in it.
The name Nicole Austin just sounds like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good name. So
this smells lovely.
They put out that Cascade Moon series that I still see it sitting on the shelves because people didn't buy it because it was $299. And some of it was kind of experimental line. It was trying to showcase Cascade Hollow. I don't really know a ton about it other than it was expensive. Came in like a ceramic bottle. And it sat a lot of places because it was expensive. I don't know who's the person
that they want to hit
that's asking for $510 George Dickel. I know it's 18 years. I know it's ultra aged. I don't care. Make it $200. It's still probably going to sit a lot of places. $510 for a George Dickel branded product is one of the worst ideas that's come out in bourbon. And I hate to say that.
I just don't know.
I mean, it's like cool. It comes in a little box and everything, but it's still it has like a Scotch bottle look, which is kind of cool. Ish.
Kind of has that like Ardbeg look to it.
I don't know which Scotch it is, but it has a Scotch bottle look to it.
All right, I gotta take a sip of this.
But I don't know. Just Who's asking for 90 proof 18-year-old George Dickel for $510?
Especially when for about $75, you can go to Fairview Liquors and Fine Wines and get like a 15-year-old Dickel for $75.
You can get 5.
And it's barrel proof.
You can get 5 375s, Grease.
For $1,000.
For $1,000, that Buffalo Trace Smoke and Mirrors whiskey.
Yeah, that's 5 bottles. This is only one for half.
I know.
Whoa, hang on. Pause. At that ratio, they are worse than Buffalo Trace.
Well, they're almost the same.
It's very close. But because 2.5 bottles.
2.5 for $1,000, 2 for $1,000.
Right.
Pricing structure wise, this is more expensive than the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, by about 25%.
Infinitely less sought after whiskey.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think they have the clout to demand that pricing. And that's where it's like, I know we've been like pretty negative the last few weeks on like the industry as a whole, mainly just because it's so laughable. Like, this is just silly. Why are we doing this? No one is asking for this. I don't know that anyone will pay for this. And like you said, there were 15 and 16-year-old cast strength Dickel picks that are probably still sitting on shelves for what, $50? $45 to $50?
They were a little bit more expensive there at the end, but
okay. A fraction of the 500 that this is commanding.
60, 75, somewhere.
And I don't know. It's like you really, really, really have to believe that this is next level 90 proof whiskey
and
to ask for that. And it's like, it's a cardboard box. It's not even wood, not even real wood. Cardboard.
Dry State came in this cardboard.
And remember how silly Dry State was for $1,000? Dry State is going to be the next Boss Hog. Like, man, they were early adopter.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they had $1,000 bottle of whiskey that no one was really asking for. And even Dixon was like, this is absurd. Like everyone was like, this is absurd. But at least Kentucky Owl was in high demand at the time.
Right.
It was extremely limited and rare. It's like, I don't know people that are, I don't know. There are bottles that you can hunt of George Dickel. I don't know that there's anything that's technically on allocation of George Dickel.
I'm not aware
until this product. I mean, Cascade Moon probably technically was on allocation in the fact that it was a limited quantity, high dollar thing. And so you couldn't just ask for 50. But they weren't, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure I know stores I can walk in right now, and the one that came out 4 or 5 years ago is still sitting there for $2.99. It just,
I mean, the only thing that was really sought after that I'm aware of is that 17-year.
And you could still go get it at the gift shop, like at the time when it
originally came out. It was just all
it was.
That's not a fair argument because everything was on the shelf.
Yeah, that's fair. But it was also like, man, $75 for that.
Oh, I was freaking out. I was like, that's $150 bottle.
I don't know.
Never spent $150 on a bottle.
All of this is not, and I don't say it's greed. I don't think it's, I don't have this like, these corporate entities, Diageo. It's like, whatever, they can do whatever they want, but that isn't fun. These things that are happening are not fun. These releases don't excite me. When special products, even if it was, I knew I'd never get it, there were things that were exciting when they were coming out.
Do you think we could be excited?
Maybe.
Like
I don't know.
Who would need to come out with what for us to be like, let's go? I don't know.
It almost needs a hard reset.
It needs a hard
where no one puts anything out for like 2 years.
What's up, everybody? We're here with the 7th review of Buffalo Trace Store Pick. Today, it's the same pick as last time. Bill's Package Store.
It's like I saw there's like a new blender at Kentucky Owl now. She was a Scotch blender, like spent her time in Scotland, is great. This is wonderful but it's like,
you think she's going to know how to do bourbon?
That's the big thing. Like apparently she did a collab with the guy that was there. I don't know. I don't really follow it too much, so I don't know a ton, but it's like, is she going to be making blends that are for the American bourbon palate? That's not what her like pedigree is.
Well, I mean, if you look at Kentucky Owl stuff
coming
coming out, I would say no.
Well, and that's the point. And it's like, and that's another one that just the absurdity of the labels now and how colorful and bizarre and weird they are. It's like, none of those am I even concerned. And like it for the batch 13 is, and I think it's 11, 12, and now 13 that's coming out soon is $499 price tag. Like this just isn't, these things are not fun. And it's like, there still is a lot of fun within bourbon to be had and within hanging out with buddies, sharing things, surprising each other with something that tastes really good, that doesn't taste so homogenized. That's still super fun. I'm still having a lot of fun, but the stuff that's coming out is not the fun part.
Yeah.
And reading that, I literally laughed. I was like, this is so funny that the companies, and like I said, I don't think it's greed. I think it's just caught up in data. I think their data is telling them things are selling at this price. This is kind of the new median. And here's what inflation has done. Here's what supply is. Here's our forecast. Like, I don't think it's just on a whim that these prices are come up with. So I don't think it's nefarious. I think it's like the Buffalo Trace stuff. They're going to sell it. Like that is what it is. But for a long time, these companies were rewarding the consumer that really stuck with it and built the boom. And we're rewarding them with fun things and innovative things. And that's why I think Jack Daniel's actually still is doing that. And, and their limited releases are not absurdly priced. And yeah, those actually, I will say, the things that are coming out of Jack Daniel's are exciting me.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, because they're doing what I felt like Buffalo Trace was doing back in the early days of the boom. So yes, Buffalo or Jack Daniel's can still surprise and delight me. And we've seen that with the 10-year and the 12-year and the Coy Hill that was so daggum good but burn your face off. The rye, I have the double-barreled rye that was this year's released. I need to bring over to drink. I just keep neglecting to do it. And even the distiller series, even when one doesn't hit, like I didn't like the tequila finish one, and I like tequila. I need to revisit it, but it's still, there was a joy in trying it and getting it and opening it up. And it also wasn't like tequila series finished $375.
Right.
I don't know. It's just like it because I know that their data and metrics, they could come to the same conclusions easily and be like, well, let's just sell it for that. But I think the long-term vision of where they've gotten and where they are, finally, I feel like when they were the laughing stock for so long of the whiskey community, have now endeared themselves to the whiskey community. I think they're probably like, we don't want to lose this right now because there will be a bust to some degree. And they're going to keep pumping out Old Number 7 and selling that all over the world and do great as a company.
Yep.
I think they have the bandwidth to be able to have some fun.
Well, there's no competition.
Right.
If everybody's pumping out 18-year-old $500 bottles.
Well, and Jack Daniel's
just throwing out
itself
good stuff.
As far as American whiskey goes, globally, Jack Daniel's number one seller.
Yes.
And forever. Thank you, Frank Sinatra, for making it a household
global
name around the world. So that's different though. That's no one, I think, can ever really supplant that on a global stage because it's such a ubiquitous thing if someone's buying an American whiskey. But that rare character we just had was
delightful.
Really good.
Yeah, really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, this one smells like
It's a little bit younger.
Rich.
This one says Ruby. I wonder if that's the name where it's the liquor store it's from, or if it's a Ruby port finish.
Ruby port.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I wish you knew who sent these.
This is actually kind of one of my more approachable ports.
Whoa. It's a lot going on, though.
Dude, there's a syrup thing in the back end, like a maple syrup. It's very weird.
Yeah, that.
You don't feel it coming, but then all of a sudden it's there, and you're just like, did you pay to get here, or did you sneak in the back? The answer is it snuck in the back.
Jump clap. We gave poor Clint pretty hard time last week. I listened back. There's a lot of Clint bashing. So let's do Troy this week. How about Ohio?
Oh, gosh. They don't even have 911 in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, they don't even.
How do they?
Nobody wants to save them.
Oh.
So it's just
fair.
the wild, wild west.
That's fair.
It's like, yeah, no, we're good. It's mafia run, though.
What is the non-911?
Ohio State.
Ohio State is run by the mafia.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Troy's in it. Well, he's in like a small town mafia.
Is he made? He a made man?
Some would say.
You got the pneumonia. Woo!
Some would say.
Oh, got my pneumonia.
It's hard to say anything bad about Troy, except he's a daggum wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Every time
I call him Miley.
Every time that guy starts drinking, just one-liners just start flowing. It's just, we got to have him on the show. We need to officially have him like as a
He was
guest.
on.
I know, but like the whole show.
We wouldn't let him sit by us.
Right.
We put him out in your living room and pointed a camera at him, but he was here.
Yeah, because he's a giant ass dude, man, and there's no room back here. Troy's like, "Can I be on the show?" I'm like, "Well,
You can be near the show."
yeah, I'll try to make it happen." You're gonna need another camera and a real wide ass lens. You're gonna need a wide angle lens, baby.
Woo!
Freaking Troy reminds us of the Kool-Aid man just busting through walls.
Yep. He made an impression. And that's intense, that Ruby, that port finish. Mm-hmm. It's good. I couldn't drink a lot of that. It's got some bitterness in the middle.
It does have
bitterness. It's doing weird things to my tongue.
The bitterness doesn't really go away either.
No, it sits with you.
But it's got that maple stuff in the back. I don't know. Here's the deal. It's not one-dimensional.
No, it's got about two or three of them.
It's got about two.
I don't know if I can do that barrel proof, man.
Wow.
I don't know. I lied.
Yeah.
Just a scotch, not a ton. I'm working my way back up from the bottom. I also had no coffee that entire week. I just like slept, and so like the first cup of coffee I had that I made that night, I did not sleep, and I had it like in the morning.
What day?
Pretty sure it was Saturday morning.
So you were off. Zero responsibility other than probably watching the Auburn game.
Oh, no. I meant like I had it Saturday morning. I had the coffee.
Oh, yeah, the coffee.
And then in the morning.
Oh, and
I'm just saying I was wired that at night.
yeah, because the caffeine.
That's what I'm saying.
Antibodies or whatever, they're clinging on.
I know.
They're holding on.
They're like, we were out of here. Now we're back.
It's like when you have like less than 1,200 calories a day, your body goes into starvation.
I
mode
also
and it holds it.
I also didn't eat a ton the entire week.
Yeah, but when you did,
no.
Was it good?
Well, I had half of a Hardee's biscuit one day.
Okay, well that's not worth it.
Why is it not worth it?
Because that's just it.
I was
by
full.
the time you're done,
I was full at half of it.
You're still gonna shrink.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Do you know how to shrink your stomach?
I only had 2 chicken fingers.
Instead of having a brownie, eat a Werther's Original. hits those same like, receptors.
No, I'm going to tell you this right now. Vast difference between Werther's Original and a brownie.
Prove it.
I don't have a brownie, but if you were to put them in front of me, I would take the brownie all day long. Brownies, favorite dessert of mine, bar none. Werther's Original, you can flush that.
I'm such a granddad right now. I just pulled this.
You are. You did just pull, and you pulled it out of the tiny pocket.
Yeah, the fifth pocket.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't even want to know how many things I put in that fifth pocket.
I don't, because you utilize things that aren't made to be utilized for nefarious purposes.
There's typically...
I'm talking about my pocket knife still. I'm still talking.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, okay, so pocket knife. Yeah. That way won't fit in that pocket. But yeah,
I'm not saying you're putting that in that pocket.
Have you ever clipped your fingernails and just kept them because you just never know if they'll grow back again?
No, I'm not a freak.
That's cool.
You are.
That's cool. Yeah, I got a Ziploc full of them. You just never know. You just add milk, let them soften, stir them up a little bit.
It's disgusting.
And you get a dropper and you drop it on your nails, and it's supposed to spread and coat your nail and like make it stronger and healthier.
It's disgusting.
Better if it's breast milk.
Yeah,
always. We've been friends a minute.
Lord knows we know about breast milk.
Oh man, got me through college. I tried to wait till you took a big sip.
You're on the black market of illegal breast milk trade.
Yeah,
that exists, man.
Buy it on Amazon.
Oh no,
that's what I heard.
No, that's not true.
I could have looked for it.
I mean, it's not made in America.
It's made by the Lord.
Not that one. No, it's manufactured if you're getting it on Amazon.
Oh,
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, you want the real stuff,
right? And
you want barrel proof.
Does it differentiate? Is it human breast milk, or does it come from a cow?
I mean, goats and cows are fine, I think.
No, that's just milk.
I mean,
false advertising.
Goat breast milk. Here's the deal: it's organic as hell. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's pretty organic.
You getting it powdered form? What do we do? Why are we doing this? Why am I entertaining this? All right.
I didn't even know milk came in powder.
Well, some does. You ever had evaporated milk?
Well, no, I tried.
Explain that one to me.
Well, I tried to freaking evaporate milk one time before myself. Put in a dang pot on the stove, turned it all the way up, got it boiling. Let me go ahead and tell you something. Doesn't turn into powder.
No, you just scorched the milk.
You know how to do it? You
do
take
what?
a bunch of chalk dust. You grind down chalk and you put it in there with the milk.
It's gone beyond dumb.
And then you let it dry, and then it's milk powder.
Then it's milk chalk powder.
We're calling it a leche reduction.
You don't know what reduction means.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
All right.
What do you think about this barrel proof rye?
I think it tastes really good. I like the very first rare character the best, though. That was the best thing, man. You like this better?
Oh gosh, yes.
I mean, this tastes great.
Right here on the sides of the back of your tongue.
Yeah, just like breast milk.
It literally feels like two pirate ships saw each other on the daggum sea and just started shooting each other, and there's a mess back there.
Breast milk.
It's just like things are exploding. Yep. Things are sometimes they're missing.
Yep.
I'm just saying, dude. It's a good little pirate party in my mouth.
Oh, good Lord.
I was just trying to put a bookend on it, on what I was saying, but
you sunk that ship.
Why do we call it bookends? I hate bookends. Do people use bookends anymore?
I do.
I read.
Did get some reading in.
Oh man, how's Hemingway? How's he doing?
He dead.
Well, no, the books.
Well, I mean,
remember when I used to just look over at your books and just start naming random authors?
Do you miss them? Do you want to come visit my book?
You know what? I think we should do a show at your house.
I'm fine with it.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Right.
We've done worse for less.
I want to do that. That sounds fun.
All right. Fine with it.
Could do it on my way home one day.
Take me back. Well, all my equipment's here, so we have to plan a little bit better than that.
Okay, maybe we just do it here.
Well, I have that other board at the office. If we know, I could take it with me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have 2 mics at the house.
Oh, we're gold, dude.
I don't know if I have any cables. Those seem to go missing.
Cables, we got cables. We can figure that out.
Got Bluetooth.
Oh, man. Dude, this is... Okay, the Jack wins for sure.
Jack's really good. The first rare character is really good too, though.
Yeah. No, I agree. The first rare character is my favorite.
The second one was good. It's just I wouldn't choose to drink it.
Yeah, there's a lot of rubes.
You're a rube.
Are those doing better now?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It's ruble, not ruple.
Oh, well.
I haven't looked up the exchange rate recently because you have to go through a third party. It's
a little sketch. It's like Western Union?
Not that third party.
Oh, okay, good. Well.
All right, you want to go to the 15?
I would love to, Will. Hit the music.
That was the appropriate time.
Hit the music. Hello, Governor.
Oh, here it is.
That's what she said.
When you went on that long, there's 2 different ones.
The pirate ship one?
That one, but then there was one a little bit before that that was just like, There's
going to be a couple of them out there. And the thing about it is I don't mean to do them, but as soon as I say them, I'm like, yeah. I'm going to shift so that I don't kill something.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're back from the 15.
We've always been here, Will.
We aren't going to leave.
No.
We're staying right
We've been here for 6 years. We might as well stay. God.
Been here longer than 6 years.
8 years. I was thinking about whiskey weekends.
That's the only thing you think about.
I know. Well, it's a good gauge. You
Is it?
just say Cinco de Mayo 20.
Yeah, except for on like the logo of Whiskey Weekend, it doesn't even have the right year.
Well, the whiskey weekend was established at some point.
No.
It's 2019.
Yeah, but it says 18.
Well, then it was 18.
No, it wasn't. What's wrong?
Okay.
All right. On the 15, we're drinking 2XO, 2 times Oak by Dixon Deadman. Oak series. This is the American Oak.
So I have heard about this, and people are saying that this is a great price daily drinker.
So this is American Oak, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 92 proof, and I believe it's like $45.
Yeah, it's
the retail
40, 45, 50, somewhere in that
range. It's a approachable price point. It comes in that standard kind of
smells like pancakes.
Almost like the Willet looking bottle, like the
pretty standard
cognac.
Rare character.
Yeah, but it's also the one that all the 2XOs are coming in. This is going to be a series, and it says American Oak, so I wonder if they are going to, it is an oak series. If they're going to use other oaks. American Oaks blend of bold notes of vanilla caramel arise from the secondary addition of highly charred white oak introduced towards the end of maturation. These sweeter flavors create a complex balance with the spice notes from the rye and the mash bill.
Dude.
It smells like a Barton product.
It's one of the most it's less complex than normal Dixon stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't get the oily, and here's the deal.
It's 92 proof too.
It's 92 proof.
Yeah, it's
that's what I'm saying. But dude, there's so much freaking flavor in this.
A lot of flavor. This one is now, by the way, as per usual, we had a lot of barrel proof stuff before drinking the 92 proofer. So put that feather in your hat.
Yeah, good on you, Dixon.
But also that could mess with the mouthfeel a little bit because we had things that were more concentrated. But
yeah,
I mean it's got a little bit of Bartony flavor to me. I get a little bit of that, but it's not like overly.
Well, we know he's got a relationship with him.
At least in the past has.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really good, especially for the price point. You could make a killer old fashioned with this.
Or you could just
gulp sip on it and have a great time with 92 proof whiskey. For the fall, I'm normally looking for stuff that's a little bit more oomph.
Yeah.
So as a sipper, this isn't going to be like
Jack Daniel's rye in the winter.
Oh yeah,
is like your friend.
Yeah, when it's cold outside, I want a little bit of a hug. This isn't giving me a hug. This is a lot of flavor, a lot of oak, a lot of character to it, but
cherry, honey, oak.
Yeah,
that's kind of what.
Yeah, but it's like you said, of the Dixon related things, this is on the lower complexity side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
a little youngness in there that we're not used to either. But it's not young.
No.
You just kind of, I get those.
Well, you get the secondary maturation that he's saying with that heavier char that I think takes off a little bit of that youthful edge that probably is in there. But yes, it probably is younger stock, especially to be able to keep the price point low.
Right.
Totally fine with this. It is, if someone were to say rank your favorite things Dixon Deadman has ever done, this isn't top 5.
No.
But it is
a buy more than anything else he's ever done at that price.
Yeah, because like I said, I think mine was $45.
Yeah.
And plus tax and whatever.
Yeah,
so $50 out the door. I mean, what new crafted whiskey is coming at that price point? Certainly not Dickel 18 year. No. So that's where you look at it. And I think there is a versatility that flavor, that char and sweetness that are coming through, you could make a really good cocktail with. And you're not ashamed to make a cocktail with it. It's not like you're doing something foolish that you paid hundreds of dollars for.
This drink's about 90. So it's not throwing you for a loop on the proof.
No.
It's just got a really good, rich oak, honey, cherry sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's a solid pour.
It stays around a little bit, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds after you kind of get a little bit of something, but
it's pleasant.
Yeah. I mean, it's
super pleasant,
in some of his older stuff that he's done. I mean, you got to chew that crap for 2 minutes.
Now we love the other series that has the Innkeeper, the Phoenix, the
Tribute.
We love that series. Those stuff has been great. The Gym series is out. We both picked up some bottles of that.
A couple of bottles, yeah.
We don't have them in hand yet. Haven't tried them yet, but excited to try those. But yeah, I hope this is available. This oak series.
I have
at
heard
the price
nothing
point.
that says it's not.
Yeah, so I just hope it's something that people can go into a store and pick up. Like I hope that's the goal. Maybe it's not in every single store. Yeah. People can go get a bottle. $45. It looks nice. It tastes great, neat. It's a good introductory into a world of like finer crafted blends.
Well, it's good marketing too to have something always in the store.
Exactly. Yeah, like this is a necessary item in that lineup.
Yeah, if you release 2 releases a year and they're bought up really quickly, guess what you don't really have?
Growth
or a wider market.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, the marketing side of that, of just something with 2XO on the shelf for a long period of time is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, now if that was $70, I'd be like, pass.
It's close.
Yeah, that isn't because of what I would use it for. Like I said, like I want if it's
I agree. 70's too high.
Not thinking.
And I'm speaking because I'm buddies with Dixon.
Right, and I'm trying to take myself out of that because for those listening, everyone's going to say no matter what.
Yeah.
They're just buddies with Dixon.
I wish this was leaning towards 40 more than 50, but here's the deal.
I'm fine with it.
$50. I mean,
it's such a good oak flavor,
there's a ton of flavor on it.
Such a good oak flavor. The more I've sipped it to kind of cut through some of the barrel proof stuff, just it's very well blended. It's very well blended. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of negative you can say about it. There's not a ton of of superlatives you could put, like best tasting. Like it's not. That's not what it's made for. I don't think. But there's not. I'm looking for flaws, and there's not a ton of flaws on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be really hard for us to review this if it was a $150 bottle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, we probably would.
And Dixon would probably say the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
But he did make this for whiskey drinkers.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like, a $500 bottle that they're releasing.
Exactly. Yep.
So that is something to get excited about.
That's good.
I agree.
Good on you. That was a
Get
fun.
on you, Dixon.
So I'm a buy at that $45-$50 price.
I'm buy too. I think that's an easy pour to pour for people that aren't crazy into whiskey, but you could use that to show them what an oak influence is.
Yeah.
At a lower proof, because I think that the oak holds up in that. A lot of older proof stuff lower proof stuff that's aged. It's a lighter oak or whatever. And this is hanging in with the oak at that 92 proof and approachable in both ways, proof and
price.
Yep. And honestly, flavor.
Yeah. No, the flavor outkicks its coverage. I feel like. I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. That's it. That's it for this week. You can tell my energy level's starting to droop.
He's doing good, guys.
I'm really proud. Hanging in there, y'all. But thank you all so much for listening and watching. Go ahead and rate and review us on your podcast app of choice. Leave us a thumbs up and subscribe on YouTube.
Poke Will on Facebook.
Beep, boop. And if you want to support this show, patreon.com/thepodcast. Send us $5 in the mail. We don't know Jack.
Well, we'll make it.